So I don't think this is really going to amount to all that much. It's going to happen between now and tomorrow morning. The snowflakes are bigger now, but it's not too bad. Actually a little pretty. My peas and fennel, carrots, pak choy, looking pretty. We may have an inch. The dreaded driveway. My lemon tree keeping all snug and still looking good, as is the avocado. It's a little hit. It came back from last year's freeze, so here's hoping it comes back from this one. The artichoke right at the base of my little Indian teepee, as the kids call it, looking okay. It can handle a winter. Hopefully I get artichokes this year. It never really grew any bigger than that. So, and it didn't start growing until I actually put it in the dirt. It didn't like these pots. And I have another artichoke down there, so hopefully they get a bunch on each bush. The lights are pretty. I don't think you can tell they're on, but they are on. I can see it with my eyes, but looking through my phone, it's hard to tell, but nice. So it's December 28th, and my knockout roses are a little shriveled by the cold. All the leaves are off my hydrangeas. The mums are gone. We had a snow. We've had some 20-degree days. The knockout roses are hanging in there. These roses are frozen in place. They've been like that for probably a month now. And these roses are also empty. It is winter. Again, December 28th. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, Zone 7B. My butternut squash that were here have all died away. The cherry tree won't blossom until April. I had corn in here, and down in here I had some pumpkin, and that never made it. The cold got here before the pumpkins did. I didn't plant them until the first week in September. I think had I planted them sooner, I might have gotten some pumpkins. These right here are Brussels sprouts. I've been eating some of the greens, but again, I planted it, all of this section right here, the first week in September. So those things that took longer didn't make it to bear fruit. That said, I've had some lovely carrots from here, and because we had a snow while I had harvested some of the carrots, they were really sugary sweet. This one plant right here is artichoke. The rest here is pak choy. And I've had the greens from here. I've harvested, and it looks like it's been hit a little bit by the frost, but still I'm getting new growth on it. Over here I have two different kinds of grapevines, and they should be back up in the spring. Both of these trees are dead. This one on the left is actually the top of the dead dogwood on the right. I never pulled this dogwood up, and I'm hoping that the grapevines vine behind this chicken wire mesh. So I'll have some train vines in the front and some wild grapevines in the back. Here we have 4 blueberry plants. Over here was where I had watermelon. I've got some spearmint down in there, but it's hard to see. This again is some more oh no, this is Brussels sprouts right here. Looks like the fennel got hit, and the peas. I didn't get any pea pods that I could see, but they're really hard to tell. But I did harvest some of the greens. This is a mulberry. Down here is some echinacea. It never got any bigger than that. Another 4 blueberry plants. This actually I bumped and was part of that when I was mowing the lawn, so I planted it, but I don't know if it'll come up. We'll see. If it doesn't come up, I'll pull it out in the spring. This is my apple tree. It's got to be 10 feet now. I started that by just an apple seed that I ate. This was my fig bush. I must have had hundreds of figs on here, and I have lots in the freezer. Again, these are Brussels sprouts that never made it to fruit, but I have been harvesting some of the greens with ham, which was really good. These were jalapeno peppers. A banana tree that got hit. I just stuck a carrot down in here, the top of one. We'll see what happens. This is my asparagus, and because I have so many squirrels that get in here, I just stapled a wire mesh to the top. Over here, you can't see it, but down in that spot right there, I have rhubarb. We'll see if it comes back up. And again, this is another banana tree. This is my compost. I have about 30 garlics planted in here, and there's some rosemary that's still growing. This was I'm not sure, I think that was a tomatillo, but the tomatillos didn't do very well in Zone 7B. I got lots of little, like, Chinese lantern looking things on them. Some of them grew the tomatillo inside the little shell, but they didn't get very big. This is a pineapple plant. I don't know if it's going to make it. That's some thyme. I had basil and dill down here. I don't see any more of it. These are some potatoes that I put in bags. We'll see what happens in the spring. Raspberries. This is blackberry. More raspberries. This is my pear tree. And this is actually with a red leaf growing off the pear tree, which is interesting because the pear tree that I have here doesn't have any leaves on it. So I'll be curious to see what happens here. One little rose bush. More carrots. This was a wisteria bush that I chopped into 3. This was a or is a oh my gosh, can't think of it, butterfly bush. This I had to put rocks in because cats like to come in here, so I try to keep them out. And there's nothing in here right now, and that's where the cats come out of. This in here is just bulbs, and one white hydrangea, another butterfly bush. This is a grapevine. It's a Concord grape. This was more tomatillos. This is my pecan tree, and I did get one pecan off of it this year, so I'll be curious to see what this next year does. This is actually my artichoke. I really hope I get an artichoke this year. I just planted them last year for the first time from seed. It came up and it was only like this big when I had it in that silver pot right there. It never grew any more than like 2 inches until I stuck it in the ground back here. And I wish I had done it sooner, because once I did, it really got, I don't know, 20 times the size. So we'll see what happens in the spring. Another banana tree. This was actually ginger. I have a bunch of lamb's ears that just seem to have seeded themselves everywhere. I'm trying to keep my banana tree, my lemon tree, and an avocado. Now these died off last winter but came back, so we'll see what happens this year. These are some mums that just got hit by the frost. Looks like the aloe is also hit by the frost. We'll see if any comes back. The grapevine, I really need to trim some of it. I was thinking of trimming it and making it into a wreath. But I had enough grapes to do 1 quart of Concord grape jelly. This had string beans on it last year, and they were just so plentiful. I was eating string beans at least once a week. So that's what it looks like at the end of December. We did have the ground covered with snow one day, maybe about an inch, but that was it.